Good morning. We're recording in downtown Springdale, in Emma Street, the historical center of the city since its foundation. At one point, the main business road of the local area, but since the expansion, it has been open to many modifications, including Walter Turnbow Park, which is what we'll be talking about today. So Walter Turnbow Park is directly behind this Shiloh Square here in place. Looking down downtown Emma, we're able to see some of the businesses and new construction going on as it's constantly been changing. But mainly since 2015, the removal of a building directly adjacent to Shiloh Square and the removal of the one lane next to that in between the First Security Bank there, and the implementation of Walter Turnbow Park, the area has changed much more drastically. I'll walk you through the updates. So there's a small dog here, so it might be difficult to record. So the introduction to the park kind of comes from the original square, which has maintained relatively the same form over the years, apart from the removal of a stage and that was next to the building. But now the area is open to much more light and access from either side. Coming to the street side access point of the Walter Turnbow Park, we're provided with a site plan that immediately shows you your what you're going to be approaching, and many plantings and locally made furniture for public use. The area is well lit and often has visitors throughout all times of the day and night, and many public gatherings. So Walter Turnbow Park is essentially this rounded platform pavilion next to the Shiloh Square, and previously, before the creation of the project, this all back here behind the old building and square was a parking lot that covered the old Spring Creek creek. Letty. So with the creation of the park, brought Spring Creek back into visibility and brought down access in the form of low sloping ramps and these ledges that act as retaining walls. So this park is not only nice for dogs, it is great for people. This area right here in the corner is typically where performances happen. The city organizes many concerts for the public, and the park has also reintroduced many forms of birds and other wildlife through the creek, and also opens up access to Johnson Road, which is that overpassing bridge over there. I'll bring you there soon. So as a lifelong resident of the city, I personally have always enjoyed the change. I think that many different communities are able to use the space. Here you can see the local skateboarders, their impact on the ledges and using that as a recreational thing. We have many jogger communities and biker communities that come by and look. There's usually a population of fish, which attracts larger birds than I've ever noticed from before the creation of the park. Also, since the creation of the park, we've noticed much more developments happening in the area and creation of businesses. This building right here is on a older foundation, but completely redone and houses several new businesses. Even back on Emma Street, many new businesses have taken place since this area has become accessible and available for public use. One great function of the area is a public dining district. This is the extent of said district, which allows restaurant visitors to come and bring their drinks and food with no worries of loitering. It's another way to enjoy your visit to downtown Springdale. It also provides access and a good view of historical Shiloh Museum, shown over there, which shows much more of the colonial lifestyle that used to be here in Springdale. The park is also conveniently located adjacent to the Greenway Trail, and this is the trail that gives access between north and south of northwest Arkansas. You can see a wonderful view and connection to Shiloh Square, which probably wouldn't have happened without the park bringing so many visitors. Overall, this park is I think a great addition to the city. It's been a little over 6 years now that the park has been active, and it's only been getting more popular ever since. It's constantly being used as the site for many events, both city hosted and public organization hosted. Many markets continue to use Shiloh Square as their kind of a market space, but I think that just the access to a park makes it so much more enjoyable and pleasant. I hope you've enjoyed this story of how Walter Turnbow Park has been a great addition to the city and story of Springdale, Arkansas, and hopefully you become a visitor.